Hey everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. I have the Fabergé egg out today. Somebody ordered it. It's a common name you guys have been listening to on my channel lately. She's been sending me all kinds of things. This is for Barbara Valente, but actually she's blessing her mom with it. Her mom's name is Noreen. Hi Noreen! So she is giving her this egg that she wants colored in the purple from Estoyo. And she also wants it glittery. So I think I'm going to try to add this crushed crystal into it to see if it'll have a special sparkle to it. So that is going to be one thing. And then she wanted 2 sets of these wings that I got. And she wants one in a peachy color, which is this one, with some glitter somehow, some way. So maybe I'll add sparkle into everything. And if it doesn't show, I can always go over it with a little bit of UV resin and some shimmer of some sort. And she also wanted a blue one. That's why I have blue out. So I'm going to do 2 sets of wings. And she wanted little turtles. And I know she was talking about one of the new molds. I don't know which one it is. So I may just make both, and whichever one. I'll just give them all. It doesn't matter. Now, instead of the rhinestones going around the edge on the other ones, she asked for some pearls. So I have these flat back pearls. I'm not sure where I got them. I will try to find the link. Otherwise, I got them at Hobby Lobby, but I have to go back and look and see where I got them. It's been quite a while. I think this holds 8 ounces. I had to go back and look at videos, and I didn't hear myself tell myself how much it holds. Of course, there's glitter in there. But I was looking at the cups in the videos, and it looked like it held 8 ounces. This probably holds, I don't know, ½ ounce maybe. Not sure. So I think I'm just going to fill this and get it done. And maybe use a little bit for these guys, because I'll probably have leftover, and set those aside. And then I can concentrate on this while those are curing. And then I'm going to do them in the other color and cure them again. Anyway, let's get going. I have mixed up 1 ounce of my fast cure resin for this portion of the order. So the wings, the turtles, whatever I can get out of the turtles and the wings. So because I want it to cure fast and I'm using mica powder, I'm going to start with my eye candy watermelon first. And I think I'm going to blend in some of this crushed crystal. And I'm just going to see how that works in my resin. If it doesn't work, I'll just remake it. It's really not a big deal. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that. I don't want to use that side. And a little bit of that. And see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't even know if you're going to see it. I hope we see it. That's the whole point of it. But I don't know. Oh, it looks like we might see it. It's pretty sparkly in there. I'm going to put a little bit more. I'm just afraid it might sink, because I did a coaster the other day and it did sink. I mean, I guess I could put a drip of glue in there to make sure it's thick. Let's see what happens. I can always remake it. I don't want to always have to rely on glue if I don't need to. So first I'm going to pour these wings and see just how much we're going to use. Going to kind of squish it around in there so any bubbles might get dislodged. Now this is this mold is not a shiny mold, so I do, no matter what, have to go over it with UV resin when I'm done. So this took about a ½ ounce. Just gonna dome it here a little bit. All right, so let's pour a couple. I wonder if this is enough to pour a big turtle. Let's just see what I can get out of this. No, it's not quite enough for that whole turtle. Almost. Actually, maybe it is. Oh, it was perfect. So 1 ounce did the turtle and did the wings. And if she wants one of these, it's not, in fact, I'll probably mix them up anyway, no matter what. And that way she could have a little bit of both. I'm just going to kind of, wow, that was the perfect amount, 1 ounce. Okay. I'm going to just set this aside. And we are going to work on the egg. Let me move this. Now for the lid of this egg, it's got like a heart on there and then a bunch of decoration pieces. I usually paint this, which I'm going to do again with a metallic powder. I'm not going to do I'm going to try not to do the heart. It is a little difficult though. There might end up being a little bit on that heart at the base just because it's a difficult mold to maneuver around with a paintbrush. But this metallic powder, everything will be linked below as usual. So if you're new here, just look in the description box. I put everything that I use in there. It will be there, trust me. But this metallic powder, first of all, it goes a long way, a little bit. I have used this so many times and I'm not even 1/4 through this little bottle. And this actually came with like 5 different colors, mostly golds, coppers, and 1 silver. I'm just going to paint this whole part because the first time I did this jar, I didn't think of doing this. And then I used a paint pen to get the color, which the paint pen rubs off, you know, in time if you use it a lot. And then I thought of, you know, just brushing it on so it's embedded in your resin forever. And this stuff is like a silver bar, man. It's like beautiful when it comes off on your resin. I'm just gonna try to get it all out, but there's that little tiny lip in there. I will take a little bit of alcohol and a brush, try to clean out the heart. So Noreen, please forgive me right now if I miss some spots because it's so hard. It's so hard to get that in there. So I'm just going to take a different brush. Let me make sure I got all that. It stays on really well. So I just wanted to do this before I mix up any resin. And grab a different brush and a little bit of alcohol. And I'm just going to, like, without touching the sides, try to clean up that heart the best that I can. There may be a little bit on there. Again, I do apologize in advance. But I will do my best to get it clean. You can kind of see through it, but kind of not see through it. So I don't know if I'm getting it all or not. Let me get my paper towel here. Yeah, I see some powder at the bottom there. So I'm going to have to get a dry brush to try to get that out of the bottom. Just something to, like, suck it up. Well, that didn't work out because that was a dry brush, but it had a different color in it. Oh my goodness. Let's try this again. Let me go get a clean, new dry brush. Or did I get it already? I guess if you clean off your brush enough, it'll work. So just, especially if you guys are doing orders, make sure you're doing it the best of your ability. I think that's good. I think I got it all. You can always go around with a silver paint pen after the fact, after you demold it. If you missed a spot, it should be okay. but I just want to make sure I got all these little spots. And it doesn't matter if you have extra on there, it's just going to float to the back, which will be glued down. All right, I think I got it. Now I'm going to mix up my 8 ounces of casting resin and color it purple with sparkle. This should be pretty. I hope it works. Some people ask me if this was hands-free. This is Stoyo stand mixer that I have. And I never tried it until today because I was not brave enough. But you guys, apparently it is. I never would have guessed that it wouldn't spill. I mean, I did mix it myself in my hand for like 2 minutes. And then I'm like, oh, I'm just going to try and see what happens. And look at that. No problem. So if you want a hands-free mixer, I recommend getting that one. Plus it's rechargeable. And I have a discount code. So make sure you go in the description box for sure. There's 10% off of Stoyo and there is 10% off of Let's Resin products, which I'm using the casting resin today for the egg part. So yeah, that's pretty amazing. So I scraped the cup and I actually got one tiny little turtle. So that was amazing. 1 ounce did all 3 of these. So that was good. I kind of wanted to make more than one, but that's okay. We might have extra resin eventually. I'm going to stir it in this cup because I want the color the same for both sides. So I'm not going to like split it in half. It will be hard to stir because the cup is full. And I'm going to do 2 scoops of that one, I think, to start. And a scoop of the crushed crystal. We'll mix that up first and see what we got. Now, anytime you're using mica powders, if you guys are new, make sure you stir them really, really well. You want all that powder to be dissolved because you will see it if it's not. So just take your time. You got time. I mean, this stuff is not instant unless you have it too deep. Then it might flash cure on you, but you have time to stir it. Don't worry. I'm hoping that that crushed crystal just gives it a beautiful added shimmer. It looks like it's going to. Can you see that? Probably not. That is gorgeous. I think I'm going to do a little bit more purple. It's just past, I want it just past transparent. Just a tiny bit. And we'll do just a tiny little scoop more. And that should be good. And then I will probably turn my heat mat on for this and start the curing process. Now the egg, the way the mold is, you're going to get bubbles, especially where the little rhinestones go. There's a little circle where the rhinestone sits inside of. It's that circle that I have every time I've made this. You get little bubbles because you just can't get in there to change that. So unfortunately, that's the way this mold works. But when you do pour it in, kind of squish it around the little lip of it so you can make sure you don't have any bubbles on the edges. Otherwise, we will have to repair later after demold. This is so pretty. Oh my gosh, I wish you could see that. Can you see the glitter in there? Oh my gosh, Noreen, I hope you love it. I hope you love it. I love it, and I'm not a purple girl. I think I've got it mixed up pretty well. I was letting this drain in there, so I didn't waste anything. I'm just going to set it aside. We're going to start with the little lid. And I don't want that to get bubbles in it either, so I'm just going to pour it slowly down inside the heart. Then I'm going to take a little stick, just kind of squish it around, make sure it's all in there. I just don't want to have to do it again. Maybe I'll make a tiny little turtle before this purple's all gone. Ah, I just dripped some purple in there. Whoops. Oh my gosh, you guys. Yeah, I put too much in the turtle. He's so small. He's so cute. All right. Tragedy avoided. I'm going to fill this up. I hope 8 ounces is enough. I'm pretty sure I'm correct. I guess we're going to find out. All right, so I'm just gonna pour it in a little bit on each side, squish around the bottom, and then fill her up. Actually, you could take a little stick. This one's a little too big. Just go all the way around. You can see down in there. I've had pretty good luck with this mold. I've made it several times now, and I've never ended up with bubbles on the rim. But there's always a first. Just gonna pour a little bit more. And the same thing with this one. Maybe squishing it around will actually help those bubbles in those little cavities I'm talking about. They're right here. And I can see the bubbles, you little stinkers. And if you press on them, it looks like they're filling up. Oh, maybe that's the key. You could see right through this mold, and I see one bubble, the top of each one of those. Okay, I went around that whole one. I'm going to do it this one. I can't see them on this one. I can't see them. Let's see. I'm going to squish them anyway. Hopefully. All right. Oh, we have a little left over, so it doesn't take a complete 8 ounces. Let's see, so I can tell you. It took 6.5 ounces. So I will make her a couple little turtles. And then I'm going to make her maybe a pendant and earrings. Let me use my smaller one. Just gonna have a whole family of little turtles. This is the cutest mold. Karen Yanni sent this to me. And I hope she can find me the link because I'm already having people ask where I got it. And usually she'll send me the link so I can share it with y'all. Something in there. Okay, so we're going to move all this onto here. Let's spray it with alcohol. I will probably, this is a heat mat underneath. So this one's by Estoyo and it's called Purple. This is Litterbee Metallic Silver. This one is Estoyo called, I don't know, something blue. They have all their names misspelled. So we're going to do the blue one a little bit later. This is the Crushed Crystal by Unicone. I will link this all below. And let me find something to pour the extras in. They are cured. Everything's ready to come out. Let's start with the wings, which are going to have to be top coated with some clear resin. So they look really dull right now, and the glitter in there doesn't shine yet, but it will shine when we put some clear resin on there. So those are those. I don't see any bubbles, so those actually look good. They will look better here in just a minute. Looks like a mustache, doesn't it? So I had some extra purple, so I made a few little turtles for her. Oh, look at how shiny that is. Now that's a shiny mold. It looks so shiny, it looks like it's wet. Oh, you know why? Because I have glitter in there too. That's right, I put glitter, the sparkle glitter in the resin. So that's a good sign. Hopefully these came out like that. So those are those, and I'm gonna make some blue ones. Now, because it's the next day, I should not be ripping any turtle heads off today. And his tail has never come out in this mold. It's so tiny, teeny in there. It never comes out in the mold. Ooh, you can see the glitter in this. That is pretty. Oops. That looks really nice. You could take like a paint pen and maybe go in the lines if you wanted to. That looks really good. So let's start with the lid. Little trimming to do. Just make sure this is fully cured too, or you're going to pop that little heart off. I'm actually going to, I think I'm going to spray. I don't want to take any chances. Help it come out a little bit easier. I'll be careful because they do have sharp edges, so I will have to trim that off so nobody's getting hurt. Nice. You can see the glitter. And now for the big ones. I hope my little bubble trick worked. Not that it's a trick, but it might be a trick. If it actually worked, it'll be my new trick. These are sometimes difficult to get out. In fact, I remember ripping one of these molds. I don't know if that's actually going to work on something like this or not. Doesn't look like it. I'm just gonna have to go off camera for a second. It's too hard to do that without help from your body. All right, so I'm just gonna roll it down carefully. Ah, there we go. Oh, the inside looks pretty. Hang on a minute. Look at the inside sparkling. And, well, I see a tiny portion of a bubble, but they're not as bad as they usually are. So yeah, that worked. And this will go on here. So I'll be painting these with silver and then putting, hopefully I have these pearls. Hopefully one of these sizes will fit. So that is going to go with there. We'll just glue them in. Let's see. I hope I don't rip this one. Now it's been like 24 hours, so it's not really bending at all. Generally, I don't wait this long to unmold something, so it actually works out well if you wait. Nothing's bending. Get your molds back the right way as quick as you can so you don't ruin them. So good, those did not get ruined. And again, the sparkle looks really good. Now, there's not a lot of sparkle on the outside, though. So you just have to choose one or the other for the top because they're both the same. They both look exactly the same. So I'm going to get this stuff moved out of the way, go grab my silver pen. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to get this nice and shiny. We're going to mix up blue for the blue set and her turtles. So let me mix up 1 more ounce of resin real quick, and then we'll do the UV resin on that one. I've got 1 ounce mixed up. I'm just going to add some of this blue that I couldn't read, and also the sparkle dust. Mix that up really good, slowly, because it's in this tiny little cup. So this sparkle dust does drop. It doesn't stay very suspended. It's dropping now. For some reason, maybe in coasters you can't tell because that's usually what I use it on. But on things like this, it was dropping. That's really pretty though. She didn't specify what shade blue. She just said whichever one I wanted. And this is like a really pretty blue. Well, I think it is anyway. I hope they do. It looks pretty good. This is my 4-hour fast cure. So we're going to get it in the wings, the turtles, and then set this aside. I'll do the wings with the UV resin. There we go. I did make her a pendant and earring set with some of the leftover purple. I just have to put the connectors on. We'll do one little turtle before I fill up the big one. And then I will scrape this into here just to dome the top. There we go. So the next thing I'm going to do is, oh yeah, I'm going to do those wings. And then we have to, I'm going to paint those lines on, I think, first. Before I glue the pearls on. Let's just spray this stuff down. Grab my UV resin and my light. So I just kind of go over it, squish it around, rub it in with my finger. So you have a nice even coat. And then I'll stick it under the light to cure. A little more. That shines it nice and shiny and gets the glitter to shine. You don't want it too thick though. You don't want to fill in all those little feathers. You just want a flat, as flat as you can get it, just to shine it. Just to shine it up. So let me find I'm going to stick a silicone mold underneath it so it doesn't stick to my paper. Let me get that cured, grab my pen, and BRB. There they are, nice and cured, super shiny. All right, I'm going to set this all aside. Grab my pen. That's done. Let me wipe my table here real quick. Sorry guys, I should have been prepared. I just don't want that powder getting on anything. So I'm going to take my chrome marker. This one is in silver. And I will fast forward this because it gets tedious and long. I'm going to go over all of these lines. They're like little ropes. I'm going to go over the ropes. This is the part that gets the bubbles. Remember I was telling you? Which there's still some bubbles, but not as bad as they usually are. I'm just going to go over all these sections on both sides, and then we'll put the pearl on the inside. Now that that's done, I did do the edge. You know, I didn't even put these together to see how they fit. I know they fit one. There it goes. Okay, so they fit nice. I did do the edge, so that looks pretty. Now I'm just going to take the largest pearls that came in that set, your wax pencil to pick them up, and I have liquid fusion glue in this little tiny bottle here. So you're basically going to put a drop of glue in each one, if I can get it to come out. Usually when it sits for a while, you have to reopen this. And I'll probably have to touch up my silver paint again. Okay, so you just put a little drop, and it's still clogged up. Where's my little thing? Here it is. Let's see. Maybe I should have done this first. All right, I need a toothpick. I'll be right back. That's better. All right, so you're just going to put one drop in the center of each one of these openings. I usually do 4 or 5 at a time. Grab your pearl and place it in, and that's it. Let them dry. It will dry clear, so you won't see anything that squishes out from behind it. There are tiny little ones stuck to it, but they'll come off later. Doesn't that look pretty? All right, I'll fast forward. So for the lid, we're just gonna glue this on and let this dry. I'm gonna put a big dollop of E6000. I go through a lot of this stuff, especially when I make magnets. This is the glue I use for my magnets. So I'm gonna put a nice big portion on here and also on here. And I'm just gonna squash them together and not touch it until tomorrow. Because once I get it where I want it, I don't want anything to happen to it. There we go. All right, once everything's cured, I think that's it. So I'll be back in just a few. All right, my friends, these are cured. Let's get them unmolded. Here's a cute little turtle. So cute, so shiny. I love this mold. Oh, I made these earrings and this pendant for her with some extra resin. It's got the glimmer in there. Shimmer, glimmer, whatever you want to call it. And we will do the wings the same way. They're going to be dull when I take them out, so we'll get them shined up. That's a pretty blue. Oh, here's the jar. It's ready. So that's how you put it together. And you can twist it, and then it won't fall apart. So what do you think with the pearls? I think it looks beautiful. Really pretty. I'm going to trim just a little bit off of there so it doesn't scratch whatever she sets it on. Let me grab my resin. I'm still waiting for that turtle to cool down. I don't want to rip his head off. So we're just going to get these shined up and pretty. And stick them under the light for a few minutes. There we go. I'm just going to put it over here. Should we try this little guy? Gosh, I hope I don't pull his head off. It's just a little tiny bit warm. I probably shouldn't be doing this. Maybe this alcohol will cool him down. If they just used a different silicone, a little bit softer one, for this mold, it would be perfect. Please don't come off. Please don't come off. I don't have too much luck with this mold. Come on. Stay on. There we go. Got him. Of course, it's got alcohol over, but look how cute. One of each color with his head. Bonus points because I got his head on there. All right, I think that's it. Oh, I'll get you those wings here. Let me show you what they look like. Really pretty. I think they go this way. Nice and shiny. So I hope you like them. I hope you're happy with all the colors. And I hope you all enjoyed the video. Let me get all these extra little bits off. And yeah, thanks for joining me today. I hope you guys all have a blessed day. I'm going to see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye-bye.